أيها الإخوة والأخوات، مرحبا بكم إلى درس اللغة العربية لغة الجنة. Assalamu alaikum dear viewers, and welcome to our Learn Arabic show. So in our previous session we had that surprise item, the whole poem that I had presented to you in Arabic. Now today we'll be looking at a few words from the vocabulary from that poem that I presented. So there are a few vocabularies that can actually be helpful for you, be it to compose sentences or if you want to compose a poem of your own. So I'll be giving the vocabularies from the poem that we did in our previous session. So the first one we have is tanamu. Then we have aminan. Then we have ihtajaba. Then we have layl. We have bata. We have hifdhun. We have hama. Hifdhun and hama are actually synonyms. They mean the same. Then we have qadrun. So you see there are a lot of vocabularies here that we can actually use to compose poems. And also you can use them in simple sentences. We have na'imun. And we have saliman. Well, today we're just going to look at 10 vocabularies. We actually have a total of 25 vocabularies, others of which I'll be giving them to you in our next session, right? So we have tanamu. Tanamu is actually a tense, okay? Tanam is a tense. It comes from the root verb nama. Nama means he slept. Tanamu, okay? Tanamu means you sleep, okay? So this is you sleep, tanamu. Then we have aminan. Aminan, as you know, comes from the noun amana, means peace. So aminan is actually a sort of an adverb, okay, more like an adjective. It means peacefully, okay? Ihtajaba. Ihtajaba means got covered, to get something covered. So got covered means ihtajaba. Then we have layl. We have the surah in the Holy Quran. It's surah layl. Layl means night. Then we have bata. Okay, bata actually means to spend the night. Okay, that is bata. Then we have hifdhun and hama. Hifdhun and hama have the same meaning. Okay, hifdhun means protection. Hama also means protection. Okay, then we have qadrun. Qadrun means problem. Then we have na'imun. Na'imun means soft. And finally we have saliman. Saliman means safely. So I'll go through quickly again, one more time, the translation of this word so that you can jot them down, okay? Tanamu, you sleep. Aminan, peacefully. Ihtajaba, got covered. Layl, night. Bata, to spend the night. Hifdhun and hama both mean protection. Qadrun actually means problem. Na'imun means soft. And finally, saliman means safely. So you can use these vocabularies either to compose sentences, when you're conversing with people, or they're mostly used in poems. So if you want to compose a poem of your own, you can use such vocabularies. We have saliman, then we have aminan. They rhyme. You see, we have saliman, aminan, they rhyme. So they are more suitable for poems, right? Now today we'll be starting with our topic for today. Of course, other vocabularies, I will be giving them to you in the next session, okay? So our topic for today is actually the present tense. which we call fi'lul mudari. Okay, so we have fi'lul mudari. Okay, fi'lul mudari means present tense. Right, so we have actually covered huwa present tense, we have finished with hiya present tense, okay, the he and she. Now today we'll be looking at the first person present tense, ana, okay. Ana, as you all know, is first person for I. Right, so say I have the root verb. First, of course, we start with the root verb. Say I have the root verb jalasa, okay? So I have jalasa, jalasa, right? Jalasa, as you all know, means he sat, right? Now I want to change this into ana but present tense. This is a root verb and of course it's in the past tense format, but I want to change this into ana present tense from he sat to I sit, right? So what am I going to add? I told you, in most cases when it comes to present tense, the additions will always be at the beginning. When we looked at the past tense, we noticed that the additions were being done at the end of the verb. For example, antum katabtum, antunna katabtunna, okay, hunna katabna. So all those additions, ana nimtu, okay, so all those additions were been taking place but at the end of the verb. Now here we notice that in present tense such additions take place at the beginning of the verb. So if you see any addition at the beginning of the verb, the first thing that should come into your mind is that it denotes fi'lul mudari, okay. So jalasa, so my addition will be alif with a hamza and an accusative on top. So this is my addition. Now where will I place my addition? Will I place it at the beginning, at the middle, or at the end? My addition will be placed at the beginning, right? Because it denotes present tense. So the result will be ajlisu. Now there are three things to note here. The first thing to note, the addition that has been done is alif with hamza with an accusative. That's the first thing to note in present tense. The second thing to note in present tense is the second word, the very first word of the root verb. The first letter of the root verb is jim. The first letter of the root verb is jim. Now this jim here, the sound will be basic, okay? We will have a jussive sign, so it becomes ajlisu. Actually, this sound is not pronounced in the accusative format the way we used to do here. So that's the second thing to note. The third thing to note is that when you're changing from past to present tense, the last letter will always carry a dhamma, okay? So the last letter will always carry a nominative sign, okay? So three things to note. When you're doing ana present tense, the first thing to note, the alif, the addition of the alif with a hamza with an accusative sign at the beginning. The second thing to note, the first letter of the root verb will carry a jussive, and the third thing to note is that the last letter of the root verb will carry a nominative, right? So let's look at more further examples. Say I have the root verb qala. Okay, now qala, you know, it's always a special case, okay? It's not going to take exact the same format. Now for qala, as you know, it means he said. Qala means he said. So I want to say I say, that is in present. So I will add an alif with a hamza. And what will be my result? So I have an alif with a hamza with an accusative, and then here it's going to change. It's not going to be the same. So the only thing that will change here is that instead of the first letter of the root verb to carry a jussive, the first letter will carry a dhamma, okay? It will carry a dhamma, and of course the same. The last letter will also carry dhamma. So it's the same, just the similarity is here there is dhamma, here there is an alif with an accusative. And of course here there is also a dhamma, because if I put a adjective here, just try to pronounce it. You cannot actually pronounce that, can you? Right? So I have to say aqulu, means I say. Same goes for qama. Qama will also take the same form as qala. So qama, again I will add an alif and hamza there, and it's going to become aqumu. So it's going to become aqumu, aqulu. Now, what about hajja and farra? That must be clicking in your mind. So I have the verb hajja. Hajja means he performed hajj. Now I want to say I perform hajj in present tense. Inshallah, may Allah grant us all the opportunity to perform hajj. So I want to change this into present tense. So hajja, I will add an alif, hamza, and an accusative. Okay? Alif, hamza, accusative. But the rest of it will not take the same format. So it will change into ahijju. Of course, the last dhamma is the same. The first addition is the same, but this keeps on changing. The first letter of the root verb keeps on changing depending on the pattern of the root verb, okay? Depending on the number of letters, say here we have 3 and here we have 2 letters, depending on the format of the trend of the root verb. Say we have another, say I have the root verb kataba. So kataba, same thing. I will add an alif, the hamza, and an accusative, and kataba will become aktubu. So kataba becomes aktubu. Hajja becomes ahijju. If I have farra, it becomes afirru, right? Jalasa becomes ajlisu. Fataha. For example, I have fataha. Say I have fataha, add an alif, becomes aftihu, okay? Aftahu. So fataha becomes aftahu. So the one thing that is the same every time, the alif, the addition of the alif, the last letter carrying a dhamma. In regards to the first letter of the root verb, in some cases, in most cases actually, it will contain adjective. But sometimes because the pattern of the root verb is not the same, for example, like hajja and qama, because of the difference in the pattern of the root verb, it will not carry adjective. However, it will carry any other sign, but it will not carry adjective. However, in most cases, it will follow the 3 same rules. The first, the addition of the alif, hamza, and accusative. The second, the first letter of the root verb carrying adjective. And third, the last letter carrying a nominative. So this, we sum up, come close to the end of our session. And inshallah, in our next session, we'll be discussing about more tenses in different pronouns. Like we have done ana, maybe we'll proceed to, we have nahnu, anta, anti. And of course, I have not forgotten that we also have to finish up with the rest of the vocabularies. And of course, after that, we can go on to the jam'u salim and the jam'u mukassir that I was talking about, the sound plural and the broken plural. So don't forget to tune in on the same channel, same time. Fi amanillah, and have a nice day.